What up, YouTube? It's the Night Saint here, back with another video. And this video is going to be about how your lack of boundaries is the reason why you get mistreated. This is going to be a little quick video. I guess I'm just preparing for tomorrow. Tomorrow going to be the first day of the new year. So yeah, just one thing I had to understand. Just growing up in life, I guess that through my experience, I had zero boundaries. I didn't really have any consideration for myself or how I feel about a lot of things, because I think for me being a highly sensitive person, I don't want to just be throwing buzzwords around, like empathic, and just being highly sensitive. My teacher, she said, like, in a way you develop a superpower to like intuitively know like how to maneuver around people, but it's not for your own well-being, it's for the well-being of other people. So in many ways you intuitively pick up on what people may dislike or like, and you really adjust to like their own energy to really be able to navigate easier or navigate under the radar. My circumstances really like just me navigate under the radar and preserve my own self and my own mind and my own feelings as well. So in many cases I always felt that that's how a lot of my relationships have been with people, is that many times I have to really become present and really be like, I have to take the time to really understand how I really feel about a lot of things. Well, at least I'm getting out of that habit now, and I'm really starting to feel myself again, in a way, like where I'm like, okay, well, this is what I want to do, this is what I am gonna do, and this is what I'm not gonna allow, and this is what this is what it is, and this is what it ain't. But all my life I've always been very empathic, always been intuitive into other people's lives with my own. So in many ways people would step all over me, and just treat me like anything, and that was because I allowed it, and just my lack of boundaries always caused that to happen. How I wouldn't really, like I said, I wouldn't stick up for myself in many ways, because I had feared the consequences of anything ever coming back to me, whether it was like getting calls home from school. Let's say somebody wanted to somebody ever stepped to me or something, I would be very quick to submit to them, just because I wasn't trying to get violent in the sense of like sticking up for myself. I would just let them come through and do whatever they wanted to do. Not like in that sense, but just I let whatever they were gonna do, I let them do it, no matter if it did any harm to me, or just even if I didn't want to, or even if I wanted to do something, I always denigrated myself and allowed people around me to really go ahead and just really like say forget me about everything in many cases. So, and it was causing me to really not really be living for myself. It caused me to be living for other people and living to benefit others and not really benefit myself in a way. So, and I think that's just it was a hard concept for me to ever grasp initially, just because it's very heartbreaking to really point that out in yourself. When you're just being honest to yourself, it's just very heartbreaking to see that your life is like not being wasted, but it's like you've been very cowardice your whole life. Like I've been a coward a lot of my life, and I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not about the front either. That's just the truth, Not cowardice in the sense like where some people are really cowards. I think I'm probably like cowardice in the sense where I'm just passive. But it's people that's really cowards that will do some cowardly things, like lie, like backstab they people, and it's very like I'm talking like truly backstab, like gang backstab, and it's like that's some true cowardice type of stuff, or like snitching on people. I think that's like the lowest of the cowardly, but I'm not gonna act like I haven't been a coward before. And like I said, I just came from cowardly ways, from just having elders being very just weird individuals, sketchy individuals. So in many ways, like I said, it's not like it skips generation, or you just pick up good habits. You pick up the good and bad from whoever you're around, or just the people that raises you. So in many ways, I picked up a lot of just very passive and scared ways and how to live a life. So I had a lot of fear, and I had just a lot of just passivity inside my heart where it led me to not really go after what I want or even just stand up for myself. And I was scared to stand up for myself because of what people thought and, you know, what people may do to me if I did. And, you know, ultimately it led me to not really expressing my feelings or getting any, you know, anger out or any just feelings out, period. So over the years, I think that's what I'm going through now. I'm going through this state where I'm going through all my emotions. And like I said, I get very angry. I'm allowing myself to go through the anger, but I'm going through a time where I'm understanding my emotions, and I'm getting angry for old things that I let slide from just people in my past, that, and just, you know, old girls, old friends, even my parents and stuff like that. It's like, it's hard for me to, I'm letting myself, like, you know, go through the motions and really get that out, because like I said, it's just not gonna do no good for me keeping it in anymore. But like I said, I'm getting, like, the emotions are rising back up from, like, you know, things that happened, you know, years ago, just because, you know, like I said, I don't think anybody even forget about things that happen to them or traumatic things. And especially if you just hold things to yourself, you don't really, it's hard to get over things. So, and to a certain extent, from just me personally, it's hard for me to get over things just because I take things hard a lot, and that's just me naturally, just because of, I won't want somebody, I think with me personally, I think if I take people serious, and that's because I would want, if somebody was talking to me, I would want them to take me serious. I don't want people to take me as a joke, and I feel like all my life I've been taken as a joke in a way. So that's why I'm really angry. I'm really angry now, and I really feel like I have something to prove. There's not something to prove to them, but something to prove to myself, and I'm trying to get some get back for myself when I was younger, when I wasn't aware or even just like on game about what was going on like a mental level with my interactions with people. Like in a way, I very much like want revenge. I want revenge from, I'm trying to get it back in blood for my younger self, but like, you know, but I'm not trying to do nothing outrageous. But that's how I am with trying to, you know, improve my life day by day and just keep living my life and not allowing, you know, just distractions get in my way. So yeah, so, and like I said, that starts from just being able to put boundaries up and starting to understand your emotions on a better level. Me, I had to get a lot of, like, I got to get a lot of trauma out of me, but the boundaries, you know, you got to learn how to say no, and you got to learn when to say no and when to say yes with a lot of things. And you got to really start to ask yourself these questions and ask yourself, like, oh yeah, do I really want to do this, or I don't want to do this, or why? If I do want to do this, why? You know, just really start to dive a little deeper into your psyche, and just ask questions. I think that, of course, the world we live in now, like, they try to shun people from asking questions. They shun kids from asking questions. And, you know, kids, some of them are the most, you know, curious creatures on the planet. So it's always good. I think it's always good to ask yourself questions, just be introspective about your thoughts, and start to philosophize about your emotions. Philosophize, I hope I'm saying that right. But, you know, to start to really think about your emotions and how they play a part in just your psyche and just the inner workings of it. So yeah, like I said, building better boundaries, it takes time. Like I said, it just takes some constant awareness, like I've been doing. It's like I try to watch how people ask me questions, not ask me questions, but ask me like requests and things like that. And if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like I said, if I got to be, of course, since it's early on, I'm trying to develop it. It's gonna be very like out of whack, but as I get more in tune with just being able to place boundaries up, it's gonna be more, you know, respectful. Like I was, like, when I started expressing myself, I was very, like, you know, I was off the chain, and not off the chain, but, you know, they be saying off the leash, but like I was off the leash, you know, just being very, you know, super aggressive, or just being super, you know, like I was like strong arming like people in responses. So in a way, like, it was coming out very rude. And with me, I think that a lot of my skill, a lot of my talent is gonna come through in my speaking. So I think that's why I try to think about what I say with people when I'm having like conversation with people versus, you know, like on the camera. Like I said, of course y'all see my progress on just speaking to a camera and just trying to keep my eyes on the camera. But with people, I try not to be I don't try to be disrespectful. I try to be considerate in how I speak and not try to speak very, you know, some people just be talking out their mouth, and I get it. I think to a certain extent that's good, but people should think about what they're saying. Like, it's good for when you're just trying to speak how you feel, but at the same time, you know, like I said, some things it's better to be left unsaid, and that's just my opinion. What's just certain things, you know. And I think you just learn to do that when you're just dealing with people. Like I said, it's like the idea, you know, catching pearls before swine. Some people don't need to. Some people don't deserve, you know, full-on meals and, you know, 5-star meals from what you tell them. So like I said, I wouldn't. That's when I think it comes in, where you don't give people, you know, where you don't, you know, just be giving everybody all of you in a way, like when in terms of like speech. So yeah, I was probably going off on a whole tangent and just, you know, just spark off in a whole different direction. But yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later.